What's going on, my little piglets? It's your BFF Pork Chop here, and I'm coming at you with entry number 29. 29 of the Gym Vlog Challenge 2024. She was reading the question she's supposed to ask me later, so I'm not prepared for this. So I'm just gonna sit crisscross. I mean, there's been a few odd ones, but I don't know. I guess only time will tell. So we are here in our hotel room in Wichita Falls. She kept telling people, "Oh, we were going to Wichita," and everybody's like, "Kansas?" Like, no, Falls.
I just kept forgetting the Falls part.
Falls. I was like, "Isn't that where the Winchester boys are from?" And then I'm like, "No, Lawrence, Kansas is where the Winchester boys are from. Lawrence, Kansas."
Yes.
Which is where I think the University of Kansas is. But I digress. Anyway, so we got here, a couple hours ago?
Yeah, about 6:30.
6:30.
8:20 now.
Went to go eat at a restaurant that I'm sure would make the Amarillo folks very happy, because we went to On the Border.
We had so many choices of restaurants that have died in Amarillo.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally like we're just going down like the Green Mile of all the places that have been executed.
Crazy.
Like there was, okay, let's say top of my head, Long John Silver's, there was The Catch, there was
On the Border.
On the Border.
There were more, but I can't think of them at the moment.
Charles Jr.
Mm-hmm.
There's like so many of them. I'm surprised that I don't remember most of them, because I was looking through the map on my phone. I'm like, oh, we used to have that. Oh, we used to have that. Oh, that used to be a thing.
I joked that Amarillo is the place where restaurants go to die, apparently.
And I said, no, it's just where they go to expand, and then they're like, no, never mind. Because then you get, like many moons ago, the Krispy Kreme situation. Amarillo for years was like, we need a Krispy Kreme. And then we finally got one, and then the local place, Donut Stop, ran them out of town. Like, it was no contest. It was no comparison.
I'm looking to see what others we...
Yeah.
Taco Bueno.
Taco Bueno. The fourth...
I think that was the one I was thinking of.
Fourth best taco place, I think. I think I'd rather have a Del Taco than a Taco Bueno in Amarillo.
Yeah.
Because Del Taco actually had some pretty good stuff. We got like a party platter, because the hotel that we stayed at, we went to Vegas back in 2012. There was a Del Taco right across the street from our hotel. So we just went, what?
There's a Cotton Patch here? That's weird.
Cotton Patch? That sounds legitimate, because there's one in Lubbock. There's one in Clovis.
I just think it's weird that it's all the way out here.
I don't know.
But not one in Amarillo.
No, we've never had a Cotton Patch in Amarillo.
Johnny Carino's.
We used to have a Johnny Carino's.
I'm trying to see all the ones that have died in Amarillo.
Live and let die. But
did Napoli's die?
No, we used to have two, but they divorced, and I think they closed one down.
Oh, well, there's one here.
Or they changed the name on one of them or something like that. That was the whole thing.
I think that was it.
Where I think
that's all that came up on Google.
I think the wife got the one that's currently open. I think she got that. Like, that was her part of the will, or not will, part of the divorce. the will for the marriage.
I get it.
But anyway, so we had On the Border. On the Border is one of those that actually is one of two restaurants. Oh, Long John's. There's another one.
I think we mentioned that.
On the Border and Long John Silver's are the two restaurants that the restaurant review page that on Facebook that Amarillo is a part of, that they bring up all the time. Like, hey, I'm going to Clovis for Long John's. Y'all want anything? Or guess where I am? Going cross country, and we had to stop at On the Border. Like, it was that kind of thing.
It was good. I've never had On the Border before.
Yeah, it's.
It was good.
I've had it a couple of times, and I was telling her the last time I had it was like 2012. And I told her, this is back when I was working old school piglets, that when I was working at the church being the janitor. I was there at work for like an hour, and then Big Bird calls me and says, hey, Ashley and I are going to go to On the Border. You want to go? I literally dropped everything and went. And I got the all-you-can-eat tacos, and I think I ate like 5 plates of tacos, and Ashley was like, damn, Colin.
This boy can put away some food.
I was hungry. But I actually got full tonight. That was actually interesting, because I'm like, What is this feeling I'm having?
What is this feeling? We got a sampler platter for the appetizer,
which was pretty good.
And had chips and salsa, but he didn't eat the salsa because it had
I
cilantro.
took 2 bites. The first bite, I'm like, oh, this is really good. Oh, it's got a bit of a kick. And the second one, that's enough of that. And I just shoved it to her. Like, this is yours. You can have it. I insist. It's yours.
Yep. But then we split the ultimate fajitas.
Those were good. The sampler platter was pretty good. I like that one a lot. With the quesadillas and the
the flautas?
Flautas. I almost said tortas. I'm like, that's not right.
No, there was steak tostada, chicken flautas, and a chicken quesadilla.
Yeah. So those were good, and then the fajitas were pretty good. It was chicken, steak, and shrimp. And veggies. So that was good. And then like I think I ate like my second one, and I'm like, I'm full. Like, I think this is my last one. I'm like, I'm actually full. This is weird. Like, this doesn't happen very often. That'll probably change. Like, within a couple of hours, I'll be like,
we brought the leftovers.
Like, hey, I'm hungry again. Because that's usually the way the news goes. But anyway.
I said we brought the leftovers home. We are not home.
We're not home.
We brought the leftovers.
Well, it's our home for the evening. It's our abode for the evening.
It is.
Speaking of hotels, I watched a documentary.
Did you delete the video from yesterday?
Yes, I did.
Oh, God. Okay.
That and a couple of apps and a few, another video and a few pictures that are like years old. I'm like, I don't need this anymore, like recipes and stuff. But there was this guy that was like, I think he was born in California, and for 30 years he put on this facade that he was an Arabian prince. And people bought it.
Oh my God.
He finally got busted like a couple of years ago. But he was that guy that would be like, oh, my father is the king of Saudi Arabia, like, you know. And then he actually changed his name legally to the king's son's actual name. So he got like his social security card had it, and his driver's license, everything had the king's name, or the prince's actual name. So, and he went to California. He went back to California. No, it was Miami. Went to Florida. And he got approved for a credit card that had a $200 million limit. And the bank was like, oh, yeah, you're a Saudi prince. Like, okay, cool. Like, you know, here you go. $200 million. We'll give you all the money we have in the bank. Like, here you go, sir. And he, like, bought an entire floor of a hotel. He bought Rolexes and cars and jets and, you know, everything. And a few days later, they called his lawyer, because he also looped in the lawyer that, hey, I'm this prince. Like, and the bank was like, you need to stop your client. He's not who he says he is. Stop the money. Like, make sure he doesn't spend another cent. But his whole thing was he would act like he was the prince. And then a couple months would go by, then somebody would catch on. He would get arrested, have to do like 6 months in prison, and then lather, rinse, repeat. But this last time with that $200 million credit card fraud, he got like 19 years in prison. I couldn't fathom when it was a Don Tavius documentary. When Don Tavius said 200, I was like, oh, 200,000, that's not bad. Million. They do that? Like, I mean, we can get approved for like a few like tens of thousands, but I mean, not 200 million.
I just can't even wrap my head around that. Like, how much would the minimum payment be if you max that out?
Yeah.
It would be insane.
Oh, he also got in trouble because he sold a fake oil field. Like, he was staying at his hotel. You know, he bought the entire floor, and I guess he was down in the bar, and he met a friend, and that guy was like a big like tycoon type of person, and he was like, hey, you know, I got this oil field, you know, in Saudi Arabia, you know, where I'm from, and you know, if you cut me a check for an X amount of dollars, I'll give it to you. Like, and the guy's like, all right, cool, thanks. So it was like money fraud, you know, tax fraud, embezzlement, pretty much. Like,
how do you think you're not going to get caught?
Oh, he would get caught, and then, like I said, like he would. It was the 80s and the 90s and stuff like that. So he would go to other states. He would go to other territories and just be like, "Oh, by the way, I'm a Saudi prince." And then he would just run his same scheme until he got caught, then move on to the next one after he did his little stint in that local jail. But one of the things he did right when the lawyer was informed that he wasn't real was he had flown from Miami to New York, and the lawyer hired 2 bounty hunters to get him back to Florida. And so they found the hotel he was staying in. He bought out that whole floor in that hotel. It was like the Ritz-Carlton, I think, hotel is what it was. And they beat the shit out of him, and he got away from them somehow. He got out of custody, so he was going through the hotel lobby. "I'm being kidnapped. These guys are trying to kidnap me. I'm the Saudi prince." And like the whole entire police force showed up and like drew their guns on these guys. And they're like, "Wait, no. We're legit. This guy is not. He's a fraud. We need to take care of him. Y'all need to let us go." And that's what happened. But that was just a crazy freaking story. What are you looking at?
This really dumb people incorrectly correcting other people post.
I mean, that's always a fun time.
Yeah, I can't explain it on here though, so
Okay.
show you later. It's one of those where you have to see the image and yeah.
Oh, okay. Is it a game show?
Yes.
Okay, it looked like a game show. But yeah, that was probably the most interesting thing that happened to me today was that documentary I got to listen to anyway.
Because you was driving.
I was driving, so I just have it for background noise, and I mean, not that I, just like watch the entire thing on the road. But anywho, how you doing?
Hi.
You're cute.
You're bony.
Thank you.
His shoulders
My
bony.
shoulders are bony. I'm built like a Buzz Lightyear, I'm telling you. It's weird. But my legs are bony too.
They are bony.
But anyway, it's all here and in my thighs.
Well, your thighs are pretty skinny. It's all right here.
It's all right here. It's all right here. But anywho.
And back here.
And back there. And the dog.
Oh.
Oh, Chandler. She
We
was like,
miss our
"Oh, it's only $75 for each animal added to our hotel bill." And I'm like, "No, leave them here." Because
They were so sad.
we were leaving, and they knew we were leaving, so they really put on the charm as we were leaving. Ami was doing her little boo, like her little like indoor bay, and then she would get louder, and then she would just start over. And Chandler was just looking up at us, and then looking over at his leash, and then looking at us. And I'm like, "Don't fold. This is how they get you. We don't negotiate with terrorists. They are being terrorists."
My babies.
And so we're just leaving, and of course, Chandler pokes his head out the front window, just like, "Hello, darkness, my old friend." And so that was funny. But anyway, we got to the hotel, and the front desk guy complimented my Rick and Morty shirt, and he was wearing a Blink-182 shirt. So I was like, "Back at you, buddy." It's funny though, because like when I wear my graphic tees in public, people are like, "Hey, I like your shirt," and they're like in like a work uniform. I'm like, "I like yours too," and they have to look down, and they're like, "Oh."
It was kind of weird that the front desk guy wasn't wearing a uniform.
I know, it's really weird. It must be like the owner's kid or something. I don't know, but people like look down. They're like, "Oh yeah, I'm in my McDonald's uniform," or "Oh yeah, I'm in my Quick Quack uniform," or whatever. That's usually how it goes. I like to play that little game with them. Made you look. All right. So what is the question for the day? Because I think
It's weird.
What's the weird question?
The question is, if you had to be something supernatural, what would you be and why?
Something supernatural?
Right, isn't that a weird question?
The first thing that came to mind, and I'm just going on the top of my head, I guess Michael Myers. Because he's
whatever he is.
Yeah, whatever he is. I mean, it depends on which timeline, but I think the original intent was that he was just a guy in a mask stalking babysitters, but as the movies went along, it was like, "Oh, he's the boogeyman. You can't kill the boogeyman." Like, you weren't ready for the boogeyman surprise. It's a good song, by the way.
It is a good song.
And so, yeah, he's, been built up to be supernatural depending on the timeline. But, yeah, Michael Myers. And plus, it'd be kind of cool to have, like, a deranged person like Dr. Loomis. "You haven't got a police force!" Coming after me. It'd be kind of funny. What are you doing?
Tickling your toe.
Why?
Because it's right there.
She's tickling my toe. Hang on, don't let Dan Snyder see those.
His monkey toes.
My monkey toes. That's another cool little feature I can do is I got monkey toes.
I don't know that it's cool. It kind of freaks me out. Here, put that back.
I'm gonna bury it. But anyway, so that's all I've got for you guys today. Tomorrow's the final installment. Don't know what time I'm gonna get that out for you guys tomorrow. Probably about probably a little later than this tomorrow. Maybe around the same time. I don't know. She's thinking about it too. Like, see the gears turn. Like, when are we gonna do this? It's gonna be a long day tomorrow for sure. But anyway, so we're gonna get out of here. Enjoy the rest of y'all's evening, and thank y'all so much once again for dropping by. And always remember my little piglets, Colin Pork Chop. I love y'all the most. So y'all take it easy, guys, and we will see y'all for the final entry tomorrow. Bye, guys.